Hello there, and welcome to this Advective weather video on Tropical Storm Freddy. Freddy currently has 10-minute sustained winds of 95 kph from Meteo France. They've also given it a pressure of 979 millibars, which is very low for those winds, which translate to only 65 miles an hour, 1 minute sustained. It's currently moving slowly, very slowly still, only 7 kilometers an hour or 4 miles an hour to the northwest. Freddy has been stalling near Madagascar for days, producing an awful lot of rainfall over that far southwestern part of the country, with little change in intensity. It's been battling a bit of shear, a bit of dry air. The ocean's good, but the stall really hasn't been helping it all that much. Once it gets going, however, conditions might become a little bit more favourable for it. Here's the 5-day forecast from Meteo France. They forecast it to become a tropical cyclone on Wednesday, around 36 hours from now. It's likely to maintain that tropical cyclone category until it comes ashore in northern Mozambique. It could briefly become an intense tropical cyclone, according to the Meteo France discussion, which is equivalent to a major hurricane, around 115 miles an hour or 166 kilometers an hour. The good news is that rains in south of Madagascar will soon ease as Freddy moves away from the country, and any flooding will soon subside in that part of the nation. It's the second time that Freddy's affected Madagascar in its extremely long and convoluted life. I mean, you can see the mess of its track and its history, coming in as a strong system from the east, crossing Madagascar, zigzagging and wobbling all over the place when it first moved into Mozambique, and now stalling again off the coast of Madagascar. Might break the record for the number of times one storm has crossed its own track before it's over and done with. Now looking at the models. European model gradually strengthens Freddy until landfall in Mozambique, which happens around 5 days from now, as per the Meteo France forecast. The storm moves very slowly. Unfortunately, extreme rainfall will be possible across the region where Freddy moves inland, which is parts of Northern and Central Mozambique and Southern Malawi. GFS model doesn't strengthen Freddy much until just before landfall, but it strengthens Freddy faster than the European model, so they end up making landfall at around the same intensity, although the European model is slightly stronger out to sea. GFS model also goes a little bit faster with Freddy than the European one, but they both produce very severe rains across parts of Mozambique and Malawi, unfortunately. It should be noted that the European model produces significantly more rainfall than the GFS in extended range, because the GFS model moves quickly inland and seems to dissipate, whereas the European model almost stalls on the coast and maintains the intensity of Freddy for a lot longer. But that's beyond 5 days, it's quite uncertain, and they're very different scenarios, so obviously only one of them can be right. Here's what people should be doing at the moment. Residents and interests in northern Mozambique, central Mozambique, and southern Malawi should begin their early preparations for Freddy. It's too early to make serious preparations, such as evacuations. I'm sure if evacuations are needed, information will be distributed with enough time by local authorities along the coastal regions, but you should be prepared to move to a safer place if you know you're in low-lying ground near the coast, particularly in Nampula and Zambezia provinces, I hope I'm pronouncing those correctly, as well as flood-prone inland areas, such as river valleys and mountainous regions. The main threat from this storm will be the aforementioned severe rainfall, although strong damaging winds and some storm surge will impact the coast where Freddy comes ashore, which could produce more substantial local impacts in the immediate area where the core of the storm comes ashore. That's all for today. We will bring you another video tomorrow and every day until Freddy comes ashore in Mozambique. Hopefully the storm doesn't get too strong for its second trip across the Mozambique Channel, and hopefully it dies this time when it moves ashore. There are some hints that the storm could possibly move out into the Mozambique Channel for a third time, or at least its remnants could, and while it's far too far out to say whether or not the storm will have any chance at reforming. I just don't like the idea of this system being near water after what it's done so far. Too much rainfall, too much flooding. Freddy, you can go away now. But thank you very much for watching, and please stay safe wherever you are in the world. Goodbye.